Alright guys, I'm gonna keep this as unfiltered as possible. There's gonna be weird grammar errors and stuff, but I'm just gonna go with it and then upload it. Anyway, long story short, I missed the cutoff 2 days ago. I was cut off at Cato Ridge. I missed it by about 5 minutes, and I just thought, and for me, I wanted to share how I felt and how it feels to miss a cutoff relatively deep into the race. So first off, I'm gonna say what was like the worst feelings nearing the cutoff. And when you're at the back, the crowd, the running crowd just starts to thin out. You start a day and it's jam-packed, the music's blasting, there's people all over the place. And by the time you're reaching the cutoff of Cato Ridge, it's like I'm running a race in Northern KZN, or I'm running a small race with 200, 300 people, and you just see a handful of people in front of you and behind you. And it's just like, it's like everything's gone. It's like it's all drained and you're just walking towards the bus. And I'd say the worst thing on the day was when I realized I was going to be cut off, is seeing people on the side of the road packing up. And that might sound weird, but I've run 2 successful Comrades and I've never seen that. So it was that was when I knew it's done. It's done. It's like the writing's on the wall, and it's going to be all over. The sweep vehicles have gone past. The big buses have gone past, and it's just like it's all coming like a volcano, and it's about to erupt your emotions. And when I eventually did get emotional was when I stepped on the bus. I looked at a few of the glum faces. I smacked my hands. I shook my head. But as soon as I sat down, I just put my head in my hands and let it all out for about a minute. And then after that, you just gaze into the window. You're like not looking at anything. You can't even think about anything. You're a little bit distraught. And you just sit there and you just sit. That's all you do. If I look at the surroundings, people are mostly quiet. 1 or 2 are still cheerful. I don't know how they do it, but they were still cheerful. One guy's having a couple of chats. When the bus starts going, then along the way back, one guy had to get off. He had to vomit. Then he was okay. He came back on, and we were going again. And the bus is quiet. I think it was maybe one guy chatting, but everyone else was quiet. The one good thing was that Comrades did have water, Coke, and Thirsty Energy drink, on the bus. So I was still feeling a little bit dehydrated or whatever, thirsty, so I drank some. And I just sat there and just thought about it. I'd given everything, but I couldn't make it. And just like my fellow comrades on the bus, they didn't make it either. Then you're just strutting along. The roads are opening, so now it's congested. You've seen other beta buses. You've seen more people pack up on the side of the road, like the big banners, like Salsi, etc. All those big fences are coming down, the big flags, Mr. Price the same. And it's really hitting home. And you're thinking, damn, man, the office feels cuck, eh? And yeah, what else is there to do? The positives, though, there's not many positives, but there are a few. The one was there's still guys clapping on the side of the road, acknowledging us on the bus. I waved at them, but you're like waving them like this. Like you're acknowledging them and you're like shrugging and you're just so disappointed. Because for me, I felt like a failure. And then I tried my best, but I felt like a failure for me. But it was nice to see people acknowledging. There's still camaraderie on the bus. Whenever I asked 2 different people for a phone, because I didn't plan to fail, obviously. No one plans to fail. And I needed to phone my dad. And both times I asked, they gave me my phone without hesitation. I phoned my dad. I struggled to keep that phone call together because I'm normally quite emotional when I speak to my dad. But gave him the details. I gave him, yes, my body is okay. I told him when I reached Scottsville, I'll phone him again from someone else, which is what I did. And then I organized the pickup. And then you're trudging along in the bus. And then you kind of recovering. You feel your body's feeling okay. You're wondering, ooh, did I leave some out there? But you didn't. You didn't. Your body was finished. You were never going to make it, even if you managed to make Katy Ridge cut off. And then there's still a lot of congestion, so you're not moving. But once you're actually in Maritzburg, then a second thing hits you. Happy faces of your fellow comrades with medals around their necks. And you think about everyone you've told work, you've told family, you've told friends, you've told your running club mates, you're all running it, and then yeah, you didn't finish it, and it just really, it hits hard, it hits very hard. So I finally meet with my dad. I see the final finishes, and it's hard to watch. Like, I'm very supportive. Obviously, I'm one of them, and I want them to finish, obviously. But it's tough to watch guys right outside Scottsville finishing their race. So I'm just a man on a mission, meeting my dad. Please come pick me up. I meet my dad. We have a nice hug. He says, no, well done, everything or that. The usual, your family supports or whatever. I get back home, straight into the shower. I don't want to look at my phone. I don't want to touch my phone. Because, it's, obviously there's well wishes, maybe one or two people phoning us or messaging you or phoning you, me like, what happened? How did you do? Maybe, they weren't using the app. You just have to tell them. And you just lay in bed and you just think, you just think it reflects on everything that happened in the year, especially from January to now. All of us have got our own story. I've got my own story. If you'd like to hear my story, feel free to comment. And then, not for plugging or anything, but just, if you're interested, then I'll make it because I feel like speaking my mind. And it was just tough, I knew with about 10 minutes to go, 10 Ks to go, sorry, like from Drummond to cut off. I knew I wasn't going to make it. I was trying hard. I saw one or two familiar faces, familiar friends, and they urged me on, and I tried my best, but I just couldn't run the uphills, and I struggled even on the flats. And you're not so emotional then. Yes, you're just like, you're looking at the odd bus, you're almost caving in. But like I said, I wasn't going to be bailing on a bus. Comrades had to cut me off. I was always going to make my way to that cutoff. And that's what happened. And my body's okay. It's 2 days later. My body's okay. Yes, it's stiff here and there. At the end of the day, I didn't run 87 Ks. I only ran 57. So my body's not as bad. So that's one plus side. The other plus side is, and this would have been very frustrating if I finished Comrades. So when I stopped my watch at 58 Ks, I only had 20% battery life left, which means my watch wouldn't have lasted, and that would have killed me, especially if you're someone like me who likes looking at the stats, who likes recording all the activities. That would have been tough to handle. So these I know for future runs, I'm going to have to get a new watch because my battery's gone. So at the end of the day, to summarize it all up, it was gut-wrenching. It was really appreciative to the odd fans that were still encouraging, still clapping, applauding, even while we were in the bus, even though it's all somber mood and most of us were just quiet. I myself was almost falling asleep in the bus. It was quite a long drive on the way back, taking almost 3 hours to get from Katy Ridge to Maritzburg. And then, that's it. I want to congratulate all the guys that did finish it. If you also got cut off like me, just take a few days, even if it's a week, 2 weeks, a month. Just let it settle in, let it all die down. heart goes out to the novices, to the back-to-back medal enthusiasts that didn't get it this year. To Barry Holland, who almost got 50. I did see him on the road. The Dolphins are doing all their best to help him, and I can just, this was my third Comrades, and if I'm feeling like this, I cannot imagine how someone like Mr. Holland is feeling like. So my thoughts go out to all you guys there that didn't make the cutoff. I just thought sharing this video, the perspective of someone that didn't make the cutoff, and maybe it just helps heal the wound a little bit for all of us. Once again, congratulations to all the guys and girls that finished the race. Well done, you're all champions. And yeah, let's have a good relaxed period and all the best for future training.